What you're seeing right behind me is the Litani River on the map, and if I zoom out, you can see where it is located. It is actually in Lebanon. This is the place, river bank, where Hezbollah, they have their forces active and operating quite effectively and wreaking havoc in the ranks of the IDF, Israeli terrorist forces. And so, according to the UN Security Council Resolution 1701, Hezbollah they have agreed to withdraw from this river, Litani River, to accommodate a ceasefire with the IDF. Why? Because US is now begging the Hezbollah, the Lebanese government, all of these authorities in that region to agree to a ceasefire with the Zionist state. And the simple reason for that is because the Zionist state is getting wiped out. It is quite literally getting wiped out. I'll be sharing with you actually a very important news before I do that. But before I move on, I just want to remind you, most of my viewers are not subscribed. If you happen to be one of them, consider subscribing. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much. Take a look at this particular video image. You see this is actually USAF, United States Air Force Rockwell B-1B bomber, nuclear Lancer nuclear bombers up over US Air Force base in, I believe that's in, this is in Iraq or somewhere in the Middle East, is expected. So it is on a high alert because Iran is expected to strike Israel at any moment. And the reason we now have more, possibility for this strike to happen by Iran on Israel is because of what the IRGC, Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, his name is General Ali Fadavi said. So Ali Fadavi is from IRGC, and it is important because the organization or the military wing, if you like, IRGC of Iran, is the ultimate body that will make the decision whether Iran will strike Israel in retaliation of the Israeli attack on October 26th on Iran. Take a look at what he is saying in this article they published. Iran's response to the Zionist aggression is definite, said General Ali Fadawi, the deputy commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps. According to Iranian media, quote, "We have never left an aggression unanswered. In 40 years, we are capable of destroying all that the Zionists possess with one operation," quote unquote. This is not saber rattling. This is not hyperbolic. This is it. This is exactly what Iran is capable of doing. We know that the Israeli aggression on October 26 against Iran was a complete failure, utter failure, according to military analysts. You can go and watch Scott Reeder's video. You can go and watch Colonel Douglas McGregor's video. All of them agreed that it was just for a show. They could not even enter into Iranian airspace, so they had to launch ballistic missile attack on Iran through the airspace of Iraq, and all of those ballistic missiles, I would say most of them, not all of them, were intercepted. They were shot down in the sky. And now Iran is saying that we will need just one operation to retaliate against what Israel did to us on that night. Would they do it? Well, the Iranian government, they are much more lenient than IRGC, because Iranian government, Masoud Pezeshkian, he said, we want to get back into the international community fold in terms of business and trade and commerce and all that. We do not want war. But he doesn't really make the ultimate decision, does he? Because it is the IRGC. If this military wing of Iran decides that they want to go after Israel and retaliate for the October 26th attack, then the government can do really nothing. And on top of all of this, we know that Ali Khamenei, he is ready to strike Israel at any time. He doesn't have any problem with that. But this is what is this general he's saying. General Fadawi's remarks made to Lebanon's Al Mayadin television station were the first statement from an Iranian official indicating that Iran intended to retaliate to October 26 strike on its soil. The escalating tit-for-tat cycle of direct attacks between Iran and Israel over the last 6 months has taken the region to the brink of an all-out war. A lot of it now will also depend on Donald Trump's attitude. He is no longer the leader of the free world. And for American people, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. Donald Trump, United States, they are not anymore leader of the free world, because the leader of the free world, this status quo was shaken and destroyed after BRICS announced that they are going to be taking care of their own businesses and ditching dollar hegemony. That was the day Kazan in Russia, the summit of BRICS, destroyed US's dominance. And no country right now, other than some of the European countries and United States itself, no country believe that US is the superpower, or they are the leader of US, the president of US is the leader of the free world. Take a look at what leader of the free world Biden did to Germany. The economy is gone, it's destroyed. And Germany is right now struggling, and they are going to be disbanding the government and the party, and the situation is just getting worse. Now let's talk more about this war. There are a lot of videos on social media, and I came across of this one, this particular one, where it shows that the Iranians, they are now actually preparing for a war against Israel. And this is coming also at a time when we see that US is getting alerted with the possible retaliation of Iran against Israel. Now, I mentioned to you that Israel is getting wiped out piece by piece. Yes, it is not happening overnight. Yes, it is not happening as fast as you would expect, because obviously Hezbollah, they do not have those fighter jets that Israel has. Nevertheless, slowly, piece by piece, bit by bit, they are getting destroyed and getting wiped out. So they have recently bombed the Ben Gurion airport, if you do not know, and Hezbollah wanted to communicate that it considers this degree of escalation a mere starting point of what it is capable of doing. This is consistent with what Naim Qassem, Hezbollah's new leader, said in his speech today, where he declared that, quote, "The strength of the resistance lies in its continuity despite the military disparities." And he's talking about the strength. Israel has aerial superpower. Israel has so many soldiers and modern technologies and money. You cannot even compare IDF with Hezbollah, because IDF is so powerful. Nevertheless, because IDF, they have diaper army, they cannot continue on this fight. A lot of them are resigning. So Hezbollah is taking full advantage of that. And Naim Qassem is claiming that yes, you guys have more weapon, more money and all that, maybe more manpower than us, but because we are so consistent and we so believe in our cause, that you cannot keep on doing this with us. You have to stop fighting us. So understanding that our one and only choice, underscoring that our one and only choice is to prevent the occupation from achieving the objectives of its aggression. 3, the move by Hezbollah is only meant to disorient the Israeli military, as it is left to contend with a new reality under a new Minister of Defense. And I think the Minister Yoav Gallant, when he resigned, he knew that, or when he was fired, according to some sources, he was fired. He knew that this war is a complete disaster and is wiping Israel out slowly, bit by bit, piece by piece. He knew that the end result of this is the destruction of Israel. And so he said, okay, if you want to fire me, or better, I can resign, no problem with that. And this is where we're seeing this country is collapsing big time. Again, a lot of it will also depend on this guy, Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump is in power right now, and I am pretty confident that he will hear what Hezbollah and Hamas has to say. Now, according to this new report, Hamas calls for immediate end to war after Trump election win. In the recent statement he made, Trump said, the Muslims, they don't really want to fight. They do not really want a war. They are people, they're great leaders, they're peaceful people. I hope that he will also think likewise for the people of Palestine, especially in Gaza, that these people are not out there to fight us. They're not out there to fight even Israel. They just want to live in peace that they did not get since 1948. So if you give them their rights, they're going to go and live their life and be peaceful. So hopefully Trump will understand that the real culprit here, the real criminal here is not Hamas or Hezbollah. It is actually the IDF forces, Zionist forces. And hopefully, through his personality, like he's much tougher and stronger than Biden. So I hope that he will tell Netanyahu up front with his confidence and the guy he is, tough guy, right? That, Bibi, you need to stop this war because these people don't want to fight you, and if you don't stop it, I'm not going to be supporting you. Hopefully he will do that. We do not know, but him doing that has more possibility than Biden doing that, because that senile guy was good for nothing, and this is why Kamala lost the war. Let's take a listen at this video of Donald Trump, what he is saying, nevertheless, against the people in U.S. who are now raising their voices against this genocide in Gaza.
The jihadist sympathizers and Jew haters, we're going to remove the Jew haters who do nothing to help our country. They only want to destroy our country. And we will never let the horrors of October 7th be repeated here on American soil. We will not let that happen.
Yeah, you can deport all the people in the States. He's going to be deporting the illegal immigrants. He's going to be deporting those protesters who are coming out and voicing support for the people of Palestine. So the United States of America will have no people, because this country is built by the immigrants. And Donald Trump wants to get rid of those same people. And so I think if he is sensible, he will make the right decision and see for himself that, hey, look, we need to save our country from these Zionists who are now doing a lot more damages than any good. In fact, they have done no good to the states of, to the American people, to the country of America. Now, there is this, as I said, new proposal coming. So hopefully Donald Trump will jump on board and support this. What we are seeing right now is that Israeli public broadcaster can publish what it claimed was a leaked draft, of a U.S. proposed ceasefire agreement. The document outlines an initial 60-day truce during which Israel would withdraw its forces from Lebanon within the first week. Crucially, the ceasefire would pave the way for the full implementation of UN Security Council Resolution 1701 and 1559, which call for the disarmament of armed groups in Lebanon and the deployment of Lebanese armed forces along the southern border. They are losing big time. So let's talk about their losses. IDF, they are losing big time. They're losing ground, they're losing their manpower, they're losing their tanks, they're losing everything. And I don't think this guy, Donald Trump, will give them a free check anymore. So what happened recently? So Israeli army, they withdrew several brigades from Lebanon. So this is coming on Times of India report. IDF hopes for truce with Hezbollah within 15 days. Again, IDF is now hopeful. Israeli army has reportedly withdrawn several brigades from South Lebanon. They have already done so. They are already in the process of withdrawing a lot of the troops. Israeli newspaper claimed move comes amid progress in efforts to reach deal. So it looks like both Hezbollah and IDF are now in communication as to how this whole thing will be implemented. Yediot Aharonot said officials involved in negotiations assess a deal. Of course, Israel will be so desperate for a ceasefire deal to be reached with Hezbollah within a week and a half to 2 weeks, because Israel is for their interest that they stop this war. And for the people of Gaza, unfortunately, nobody cares. I hope that Hezbollah will put a condition that if you do not stop attacking Gaza and stop this genocide, unless you stop this genocide in Gaza, we will not go for a ceasefire with you. I hope that will be the case. If that is not the case, then it will be very, very disappointing, and withdrawing their troops from this Litani River and trying to accommodate this ceasefire deal process will only make them look very, very weak. And I hope that all of the parties, including Lebanese government in the international community, will get together and say to Israel, enough is enough. You need to withdraw your troops from Gaza. Stop this genocide. Hopefully that happens. I have some comments here, guys.